This is Zoog Von Rock from Angelspit. You're watching MetalMProductions. Rock!
So how did you guys come up with the band name Angelspit, and who was behind the idea?
We stole it from Sonic Youth, so I guess Lee Ronaldo was behind the idea, or one of those guys.
Oh, okay.
It's in the song Orange Rolls and Angelspit. And we just went, God damn it, we need to steal that name.
Because it's awesome.
It's awesome.
Cool. Your latest studio album, Hello My Name Is, was recorded last year. How did you find the recording process overall?
It was kind of awesome because I co-worked with a producer, which I never really do because I'm a bit of a control freak, but I met a guy in Brooklyn named Alan Labner, and Alan wants to do to gothic industrial insanity what Dr. Dre did to rap, and that's why I went, we've got to work together. Because I don't want to work with someone who went, oh, I produced whatever goth rock band, I don't give a shit. I want to find someone who's going to say, let's take some crazy risks. And the other thing about the album is that I was inspired a lot by Bootsy Collins, Stevie Winwood, Stevie Wonder, Bernie Worrell, George Clinton, and obviously older Bowie, older Iggy Pop, where the music wasn't perfect, and I wanted to create an album that was unperfect in a digital world, in a digital genre where everything's perfect and boring as shit. Like when you see the album in your mind, I don't want to see a clean drum machine. I want to see I want you to see a crazy wild drummer beating the shit out of the kit. And that's what we did on this album, and we recorded, we built a drum kit out of bits of trash, which is a cliche, but I don't care. It's fun, and that's something Angelspit always does, is we always build instruments, and we always build electronic and acoustic instruments, and then we destroy the shit out of them.
That sounds like fun.
It is, and it's the fun that, it's a fun part of the process of making an album that's got lost. Like a guitar, you know, it's rant. I warned you. You got to tell me to keep it short. The real trick about rock and roll and the energy of music is what happens between the microphone and the speaker, because that's the magic, that's the air. And when the microphone picks up the sound of the room or whatever it is, in that somewhere is magic. And when you layer all these trucks up that have got the sound of air in them, there's magic in there. And it's the same with using crappy old analogs, is they don't do what you need them to do. There's lots of noise in them. But when you start distorting and fucking around with the noise, you come up with the coolest shit. And like, we don't identify with ourselves as being an industrial band. We are more of an electro-punk band, where electro and punk are our influences. And this clanging mass, which we call bang bang clang clang fuck you, is what Angelspit is. And we're always going back to the roots. We never, ever, none of us in the band listen to EBM, industrial, or anything like that, because the music, it's great music, but it's just not our thing. Like, I'm currently in the van on tour. We are playing Van Halen and the new Jane's Addiction album, which is amazing. So there's rock and roll all the time with us, and that's how it is, because you got to rock or fucking go home. Go home and play World of fucking Warcraft, for Christ's sake. I want to rock.
Awesome. That's cool. You recently filmed a music teaser video for track Violence. How did it feel to be working with talented music artist Mesmer Tamas again?
Fucking awesome. The guy is insane. He's actually in London, and hopefully he's coming tonight. The funny thing about Thomas is he contacted us like years ago when he was this crazy art student in Hungary, in Budapest, making these crazy videos. And then he contacted me a while, and I said, yeah man, we've got to work together. And then like about 2 years ago, 18 months ago, he contacted me again. He goes, okay, let's do it. And I said, we're about to release a video called, for a song called Toxic Girl. And me and him came up with this really fucked up idea. Like basically it's a sex toy that kills you, that makes you want to commit suicide. And what he didn't tell me is that he got a job in an advertising agency that shoots massive expensive ads for like Bank of China, Audi, and all of this other stuff, and BMW. And they're all really massively talented guys who work there, but they're bored out of their brains. So they all said, yeah, let's build sets and work on this video. And we got the video back and was like, shit. So with this new one, the funny thing about the track Violence is it's a really weird conversation between two evils that are happening inside you. And it's about when you love someone so much, you want to burn them, cover yourself with the ash, and go crazy. We've all been there. And what was really cool is that he picked up on because the producer Alan, he's a big traditional werewolf. Like I'm talking the medieval tales of Europe werewolf kind of guy. He loves, and he kind of put this bent on really old vampire, really old werewolf ideas into the production of it. And some people who have heard it said it's a conversation between a vampire and a werewolf. Maybe, I don't know. But there's a lot of mythology in it. And when Thomas heard it, he wanted to make it, I love London, was it New York? He said he wanted to make it a conversation between a werewolf and the ghost of someone that the werewolf had just killed. But when you watch the video, you don't actually know. The video only came out recently. You don't actually know which is which. And it's what I really love about the video is it's so gentle. And a massive attack is a massive influence to us. And what I love about the video is it brought out the massive attack, you know, the whole massive attack kind of inspiration. So it's awesome to work with him.
Okay, fantastic. The Wall Street Massacre Tour is an interesting title. How did you come up with the tour name?
The whole 99%, 1% thing's really big right now, and it's always going to be big. We're always going to have rich people and poor people, which sucks, but that's human nature. It's not actually about reclaim anything. It's probably about reclaim yourself. The album, Hello My Name Is, it is about, we are living in a corporatized, dehumanized world. You are being encouraged to buy shit that you don't need. To be in a job that you don't really want so you can pay for the shit that you don't need, that is spiraling you into debt, and we are turning into little robots that are working here in London, in New York, in Berlin, everywhere, Sydney, all over the world. It's the same thing. And every single one of us is a part of this fucking machine. I don't know how to break the machine. I don't know how to change the difference between the rich and the poor. But I do know that we are losing contact with our creative elements, our creative selves. And you know, everyone's got that dream of, I want to be a rock star, I want to be an artist, or I want to do a zine, or I want to do fashion, or whatever the fuck it is. What we are saying is go back to the roots of all of this crazy music, which is kind of punk. And I'm not talking Sex Pistols, I'm talking the idea behind it. And refine your creativity. Like if you take a bus home, take a dictaphone with you and write lyrics. Spend one night a week focused on your art, whether it's fashion or art or whatever the hell it is. Because it's the creative side of your brain that is it's the flower of humanity. And if you're not watering that flower, you're fucking dead. Like you have lost track of who you are and why you got this whole job and everything else, and why you are watching this interview in the first place. Because at the bottom line of it all of us think this world is a pile of fucking shit. We've got to do something about it. We don't know what to do about it because we all feel so alone. We are not alone. Like, we are not fucking alone. Like, there are, like tonight, it's going to be full of people who feel the same way. I didn't answer your question.
It's okay. We've got another 9 hours, I think.
All right, cool.
You shared the stage with some cool bands in the past, such as the Sisters of Mercy and Skinny Puppy, to name a few. Who has been your favourite band to tour with?
Baal, from Tokyo, Japan. Baal are the most terrifying band on earth. Skinny Puppy, for those who don't know them, are fucking amazing. Skinny Puppy's favourite band is Baal. And whenever Baal are doing a gig in Tokyo, Skinny Puppy fly in to watch the gig. And we are trying so hard to bring Baal to get people to know about Baal. All of these big bands, they're really cool, and you know, it's great working with them, and it's really inspiring to see people who are still plowing away at it and they're in the limelight. But then there's other bands like the Flesh Eating Foundation from Middle England, Leeds or something. Those guys are insane. and they've been pumping the shit out of it for like 10 years. You need to know about the Flesh Eating Foundation. They're fucking awesome. There's a band from the US called Chant, and if you could imagine 9 Inch Nails and Ministry having a bastard child, it's Chant. And Chant is basically, he's a drummer, and it's brutal, terrifying drums with this beautiful soul of this guy screaming his heart out. And another band, My Parasites is another one, Ego Likeness from the USA. We've played with them on so many different occasions. It's what's really exciting is that there are so many bands under the surface that all you have to do is dive in there and check them out.
Will do. Are they on Facebook and
Yes.
stuff? Oh, okay.
Chant, I think it's called Chant Project. Austin, Texas, Bale, Tokyo, Japan, and Ego Likeness, Baltimore, USA.
Know what I'm doing when I get home then?
Do it.
You have an iPhone app which was released back in June. How did it feel when you guys were approached to be a part of that?
Really cool. It's really fascinating how iPhones have become the secret underground. That I think it was $92 billion last year in the USA alone was spent on specifically iDevices, whether it's Androids or iPhones or iPads or whatever. Facebook's value, and I know this because some of the guys in the band are like they work in finance, so I'm always being told, okay, so the American economy is injecting $2 billion every day. And George, our guitarist, has been telling us what that actually means and the ramifications for it. The value of Facebook in the last 6 months has quartered. What all of these things really mean, and what they mean is that the power of, and this is the whole thing Bill Gates was suing Sun Microsystems back in the 90s, $1 million a day for, is that the power of interactivity is now decentralized and it's in the hands of everyone. Because if you've got an app or anything else like that, you can stick all of these other apps. You don't need Facebook. Facebook's not God. You can get all of these other apps and plug it into your Facebook, which also plug it into your iPhones and your websites and all this stuff. And we are living in the cyberpunk future that authors wrote about and authors predicted, but it's just a bit different.
Very different.
Yeah, because I don't think William Gibson had any idea that there would be Friday, Friday, gotta get down, it's Friday.
Oh, no, don't start with that.
For the weekend.
Oh my gosh.
I'll stop now. Yeah.